filled with faces. Alright, no, this is the actual story stuff right here. No, wait, hold on. Yep, nope.
I had a role in my family's demise, but I did not start the fire. Centaurs don't live in Oxford, but a certain doctor did. I saw him, a preening undergraduate. Now I remember him. That key belongs to Lizzie's room.
My father would wish that you hold your tears, girls. He lived a long life, and as the poet says, like a clock worn out with eating time, the wheels of weary life at last stood still.
I'm no toy. He wanted me to do things I didn't want to do. Am I not the most wretched and selfish of fortune's fools? Oblivious, I live in a training ground for prostitutes. My mentor is an abuser and purveyor. I've been complicit with my sister's murderer and the killer of my family as he corrupted my mind. I sought relief from my pain and you turned me away from the truth.
You are almost there, almost free from what you fear. You could have been cured. You could have forgotten.
Abandon the memory of my family.
They are dead, and you should be too.
You misbegotten abomination! Murderer! You blood-sucking parasite! The damage you've done to children! The abuse!
I provide a service. In the great and awful metropolis, appetites of all sorts must be gratified.
My family! My mind! The infernal train!
The train is your invention, your defense. I merely set its schedule and itinerary. The train is coming with its shiny cars, with comfy seats and wheels of stars. So hush, my little ones, have no fear. The man in the moon is the engineer.
I'll stop that train, if it's the last thing I do.
As you wish, it will be. You're lost, and where your body is, your mind will follow. Perhaps it's already there.
We got raided during that cutscene. Hello, everybody. Hello, raiders. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Candy, thank you so much for the raid. Much appreciated. Were you doing some more Destiny PvP? Oh, that's a... Oh, y'all came in at, like, a huge story plot point. Like, we're actually really close to the end of the game. Like, this is like, the revelation of, like, what is the root of our problems in this game. Yeah. As a heads up, this game is going to cover a lot of heavy topics and themes that this channel handles and covers. So if you're not ready for that, like, this is going to be your chance to click off, because there is a lot of stuff in that dialogue. Yeah. Yeah. You're just doing the new dungeon? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What do you think of it so far? What do you think of it? Is it as bad as... Is dungeon running as bad as it seems? But... I'll be chatting with y'all in chat. It took almost 5 hours. You got Icebreaker first clear? Hell yeah. Congrats on that. Congratulations on that. I am up to the second encounter right now. It's too many steps. Or I'm at the second boss fight. Or I'm sorry, no, I'm at the first boss. Yeah. But right now, well, we're sit back, relax, enjoy. Coming back into some more Alice Madness Returns. Yeah. You just want the armor for glam? That's fully valid. That's fully valid. Yeah. So yeah. So for those of you that don't know Alice Madness Returns, this is a game that came out back in 2011. This is by EA. This is a very, very dark twist on the Alice in Wonderland story that you know. It's set in Victorian-era London. So take what you will with that information if you know and understand your history. Yeah. This game has been around for a while. I never got this far in the story. And so, as a Let's Player, we're gonna do the Let's Player thing and experience the cutscenes together, and then like during a lot of gameplay sequences, we'll do a lot of talking, cause we really want to give a more cinematic view of it. Yeah, you actually played through all of it. Oh, okay. So you already know what's up. You know like the backstory. So everything up to this point is all new to me. This is all new to us. So we've never gotten this far. And I think we're about to hit the last chapter, too. So, yeah. So for those that are squeamish, those that have a lot of that are affected by a lot of like, there's a lot of heavy topics in this game. So for those that you are warned from this point forward. But we're back in London, so let's go see what's happening there.
You oozing sore of depravity! Children wearing their names around their necks as if they're breeding livestock!
A declaration of their pedigree. You could use one. They're proud to display their provenance.
You brute! They can't remember who they are or where they're from. How many minds have you twisted into forgetfulness?
Not enough. Yours would have been a triumph. Still, you're an insane wreck. My work is done.
Hatter, I must stop this infernal train and the evil force that drives it.
Everything's a nail, is it, Miss Hammerhead? First it was your search, freighted with fear and fragmented memories. Now it's the train. Never time for tea. While your brain's on holiday, we're ruined. Now we're all mad here, and that's a good excuse for going to hell in a teapot, but not for forgetting what your senses saw. Forgetting is just forgetting, except when it's not. Then they call it something else. I'd like to forget what you did. I've tried, but I can't.
You've used me and abused me, but you will not destroy me.
No, the damage is done. The old Alice and her Wonderland retreat are demolished. You can't even recognize what's happened, and you're powerless to change it or move against me. I've made certain of that. Come to receive your punishment, then?
I know I'm guilty of something, but punishment never suits the victims of the crime.
Abuse is a crime the strong visit on the weak. And you're right, abusers are insufficiently punished for the damage they do. Those who witness abuse without seeking retribution for the harmed pay a penalty. Your own pain mitigates your failure to act earlier, but you may not yet have paid enough for witnessing the pain of others.
You corrupted my memories, but you failed to make me forget.
I could have made you into a tasty bit. Clients out the door waiting for a piece from a raving, delusional beauty with no memory of the past or no sense of the future. But you wouldn't forget. You insisted on holding on to your fantasies. You're mad, like your sister.
Don't speak of her. You didn't know her.
Your sister was a tease, pretended to despise me. She got what she wanted in the end.
My Lizzie, what is this train's destination?
Madness and destruction. You shouldn't ask questions you know the answer to. It's not polite. And that noise wasn't Lizzie talking in her sleep.
Oh, no. Oh, poor Lizzie.
And there are no centaurs in Oxford. Make your survival mean something, or we are all doomed!
I'll see you charged. In prison, some half-wit bruiser will make you his sweetheart, and then you'll hang.
Indeed. A hysterical woman, former lunatic, roaring outrageous accusations against a respectable social architect and scientist. My God, Alice, who would believe you? I scarcely believe it myself.
You, monstrous creature. Such evil will be punished.
By whom? By what? Psychotic, silly bitch. Your madness will be punished. Now leave. I'm expecting your replacement.
Okay, sorry to interrupt the flow on that just there. Oh, jeez. Such a sombering feeling. I agree. Let's take a quick second to decompress that, honestly. That, first off, I just want to say, really well done boss fight. It not only was it a double, but it was a triple fight. Going up against one hand, then the other hand. It felt like an Ornstein and Smo type fight, you know. The twins fight, a classic one. And then the central tongue was really nice. That was that was a really, really well done boss fight. I don't think we're done just yet. I think we're still hitting like that denouement. Or at least like that peak. We definitely crossed the hump. But now we need to see the consequences of our actions and see where that goes. But that was such a really well done like transition in the scene. Yeah. So without further ado, Alice, Madness Returns.
Alice, we can't go home again. No surprise, really. Only a very few find the way, and most of them don't recognize it when they do. Delusions, too, die hard. Only the savage regard the endurance of pain as the measure of worth. Forgetting pain is convenient, remembering it agonizing. But recovering the truth is worth the suffering. And our Wonderland, though damaged, is safe in memory for now.
Sorry, I know I'm like in the middle of the credits, but it's fine. This was actually made by a Chinese studio. Yeah, it was. Just reading, yeah. There was one level that had like full-on Chinese and Japanese inspiration. and it's really well done. Like the art style holds really well. I've heard so much of this game, but only vaguely. Well, Kazu, lucky for you, if you want to see any of the replay, I'm uploading all of these as soon as this is done, because that's what I do on a Monday night. So if you want to see this, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And hit that bell icon so you get notified when the next video goes on up. Just watch part 3 in the icon up above. Yeah, no, that ain't happening, Chief. I'm like, I don't know how to do the icon thing on the YouTube side, and just like, yeah. But yeah, no, like, I've been uploading everything I've been streaming lately. So, for Single Player Sundays, we finished Bloodborne. We did that in 47 parts, surprisingly enough. And then, for this one, this is, like, I want to keep a streak of, we're getting games done, and we're getting reviews out. That's what I really want to do that. I just want to talk about the cool shit that makes these games awesome. But yeah, I guess for Future Shadow to clip this one out. Marker. So, Alice Madness Returns, the critically acclaimed game of 2011. This one has been a game that has been on our radar for a long time back in Shadow of Gaming, since we started out this channel. This game is a huge epitome of what the 2010s era, like, this is like a study of like everything that the 2000s era of gaming did right. The culmination of art style, gameplay, music, and just adventure. One thing that really makes video games amazing is the adventures they take you through. Whether it's an original story or it has source material. In this case, it has both. So American McGee's Alice is not your typical Alice in Wonderland story. It's a more twisted fantasy version. Yeah. The art style is a lot more cartoonish, which holds up to what it does. And the action and the flow plays like your typical action-adventure game. Think like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta. It plays in that style, where you have your light attacks, then you have your heavy attacks. You have your ranged attacks and your heavy ranged attacks. Switching between all of those, as well as just, you go around, you find secret Easter eggs to help power you through the level, and you'll find the audio logs of like what happened here and there. So it has a lot of those elements. So, but what you're really in for is a ride into the story, into the psyche of Alice Little, and learning her story through this. The thing is, this one is the second game in the series. The first one, American McGee's Alice, is going to be a very hard one to find anywhere, whether it's on the internet as a disc copy or even on the older consoles. At this point now, we do have to say our generation, the Xbox 360, PS3 generation, is now retro. So finding games on those consoles are going to be very difficult, albeit if there are like secondhand shops as well as, things like that. Oh, cool! They put Lewis Carroll on the credits. For those that don't know, Lewis Carroll is the one who actually wrote the original story of Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, that's really neat. Spicy babies, Oh my god, who wrote these? Congratulations. EA, that's 2 games now where you make me have to say the phrase "not the babies." Dead Space was the first game that made me say that a lot, and it's just not the babies. Ugh. Anyways, point in hand, Alice Madness Returns is a solid game, solid action, solid story. It is a masterclass in gaming of what early gaming was like as it progressed throughout the decades. I had this game on EA's launcher. Well, they put the restaurant, they got takeout during crunch time in the credits. Oh, nice. New York style steak and burger. Oh, that's cool. Hell yeah. You know, this was a time when EA had a lot of heart in their games. Don't get me wrong, they still do. Of the games that came within the last decade, you know. Wow, actually, no, when you really think about it, this game was the start of what games came out in the last decade. Oh my god. And so, like, this one, Titanfall, Dead Space, there's a reason why these games, like, hold true to the word electronic arts. It is, like, art, as we've been talking about throughout this entire Let's Play, is subjective. Art is meant to evoke an emotional response. And so, this game honestly classifies what horror is. At this point now, that is the problem with a lot of game companies, sad to say. And yeah, end of the day, these are businesses, and their bottom line is to make money. And so at this point now, a lot of games come out very, very formulaic, taking very little risks, because that's just how the industry works. They need to play it safe so that way they can make the profits. But, you know. And that's the hard part about the current state of gaming and how it is. But yeah. At least that's just from what we've observed. There's a lot that goes on into making a game and studios and the such. But Electronic Arts, you know, you can't say EA Sports and not have someone know it's in the game. You know, you can't have that, because a lot of things that video games are immersive experiences. They are stories that you get to live, that you get to be a part of, to be the hero, to save Wonderland. Things like that. But yeah. So Alice Madness Returns. It's such a funny name for a company that's making all the nut art. At this point, yeah. A lot of companies have really lost their way. My head is up in the clouds right now. How so? They had an Italian team? Hell yeah. That's cool. Hold on. I'm going to do this. I am going to click out, click back in. I think I might have bugged the audio. Electronic Arts Asia Pacific, let's go! But yeah. If you think of id, ego, and super ego, where id is your base principle, that's like your base instincts. That's what Mad Hatter is tea time. Your instincts will always tell you it's time for tea. The ego, which is your conscious thought. Everything's in the game interlaced delicately. Absolutely. Absolutely. What else? Oh yeah. The butterfly, or the caterpillar, is the ego, in that being present, being conscious thoughts, right? And then the super ego being the queen, you know, being ambition. I paid attention in psychology. I know some of this stuff. This is an application of my education. This counts. This counts. There's definitely something I could write up about this. There's probably been hundreds of video essays done to death about this game that we can't do justice by comparison, but want to create in the sense of check out this game. This game is art. Have an experience. Superego is your morality. It is your impulses, and ego is the balance between the two. Yes. And so Alice, like, combining Wonderland into her reality is that, I'd say, I guess. Yeah. 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 There's not much more to say. Like, overall, yeah, this game, I'd say, I'd give this game a 10 out of 10. This is definitely a 10 out of 10 game. Yeah. Like, it holds up in every possible way, and that, like, if they do attempt a remaster, you know they can't do it justice from the original vision of what the game held. And that they would try to stuff it with everything to appease the shareholders and say, like, look at this, it's brand new. You know, rather than let the game do the work. Let the art speak for you. Superego. She doesn't want to admit she is completely at fault. The id, the wonderland that she's created, ego, is supposed to be her current conscious. Since she's been abused and traumatized, her ego has been split and struggling to make sense of them both, id and superego. Yes. Yeah, this does really put a good point in the realm of mental health. And between this game and Psychonauts, they both do justice in, like, really making it a fun, interactive way to learn about the consciousness. As well as just, you know, having a fun action adventure. On one end, you get fun, colorful, wacky action. On the other hand, you actually get, like, oh shit, this is deeper than it really is. Oh, oops. Kind of thing. So yeah, there is a lot of that in these games. Psychonauts, I keep bringing it up. There was a huge Easter egg of Psychonauts that we had earlier, and I do want to go back to that game and finish the second one, but the first one is so dated in terms of its like the control scheme for that game is still on the old is still on the old Xbox original button scheme, right? So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But eventually we'll go back to that. Next week we do have planned there goes my water. Next week we do have planned Dead Space. So if you guys want to see that, make sure to follow over on Twitch. So that way you can come join us for the streams. It's gonna be the new one, the new Dead Space. So we'll be getting in on some of that action. So I guess it's just EA month. It's in the game. Yeah, just like old times. But new, exactly. I wanna sit through all these credits, unironically. Like, huge shout outs and respect to the team for that actually made this. Like, I hope y'all found more projects to work on. I hope y'all found good success and good friendship along the way. And that the work you made is still noticeable in future games. Mm-hmm. I really wish there wasn't just silence. I'm pretty sure there's music, but considering we clicked out to get here, yeah, that's on us. That's our oopsies. That's okay though. It's fine. How much more? All right, I think. Well, let's do this just a little bit. Speed it up just a little bit. It's nice that they did give us that option. It's chill right now compared to all the chaos. Yeah, no, honestly, this is a great moment to just decompress from the insanity that we just went through of this game. And that it does deserve a third one. It does deserve a third installment. But this ending also is perfect in that it could be a standalone ending, and that this game does exactly what a sequel should, is that it follows up on the events of the first without really having to have seen the first, while still setting it that leaving it open that it could have a third entry, or it could just be done there. The story is just done there. So yeah. Oh, cool. They had a Shanghai team. That's cool. This is the part about making a game studio that's really the difficult thing. Right? EA as a publisher does it fantastic in that like they'll be able to have that outreach, but it's rough being one of the companies owned by EA. There's mocap to this? Hell yeah. I want to do mocap. Mocap is definitely a field I'd love to be in. Mocap and voice acting, as well as level design. Those are the three fields. No, and music and story writing. You know what? I just want to make video games. I want to make video games because video games are cool. Damn. QA support in-house. Wow. Damn. Okay, so something that I'm going to akin to with a lot of game dev, after having... When you really think about it, when you play VR chat, like, you are a game dev in and of yourself. Like, having to handle all the different assets and such. 1998 to 2011. Damn. Now this is the cool part of end credits, in that like you get to see all the teams that work together and like how companies like work together to make a product. Hey, look, it's Bink. Bink video copyright. You know what? I should do some research into Bink video. This product may include some in-game sponsorships or product placements. Huh. Interesting. Yay! And we're done. That's a wrap, everybody. 6 hours. We did 11 and a half hours. So we beat this game in total at 17 hours. Maybe 16 hours minus one, minus the breaks. New game plus. Yeah, exhausted just from watching. Understandable. I got all the snouts. Hell yeah. Oh. Characters. Almanac of People and Creatures. This is cool. Yeah, if you guys wanna read any of this, definitely get the game. It is available on Steam. Rip the 360 store. If you're lucky, you might find it at GameStop or something. Memories, chapter select. New Game Plus. I'm not gonna touch New Game Plus. That is out of my field. I don't have it in me to do New Game Plus. Alright, but with that, that is going to wrap up this episode of Single Player Sunday. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm going to end the recording here. If you guys enjoy this game, or you want to see whatever game comes next, you know what to do. And until then, there goes the recording. And then I'm going to wrap up stream.